Well, good evening. Today I got a package in the mail from a very good friend of mine whom I met on YouTube back in 2009. And I know that we all meet people on here, in passing, or we know each other to some extent. But this individual is someone that I feel a closeness as, well, even though I have never met this person. And that would be Steve. Steve, I got your package today, and I absolutely loved it. It's like you sit here and you have these friends online, but to actually receive something physically in my reality here, beyond this camera, made my friendship with Steve even more real than it already is. It was like a physical confirmation that this individual truly does exist, and I just loved it, and I must show you all what it is. Okay, this is made of clay, and it's a little mouse. Okay, it says lab on it. Okay, and then the little mouse has a little book called, can you see that? Well, it's called Life. The title of the book is called Life. Okay, if I read that. Something about being free. Oh, learn. Learn. The book says to learn. Free. To learn is free. Okay. And then the mouse has another little book, of which, if I set it down with the mouse, it rests on top of the other book, and it's a book that is open. You see? And this little book is called Live Life. Live Life. See that? Which I would rest on the little black book that would be in front of my little mouse that's in a lab. And what is this little mouse doing? This little mouse has little labels. See? Right. Okay. Little labels. Now, I got this little note that came with the gift, and it said, "Hi, Lisa. One of the few things my oldest brother did that wasn't Watchtower related was to play with clay. So as a child, we would make mouse houses out of clay. This one represents you peeling off your labels, one by one, while getting an education. Stephen." And that just touched my heart. And it is so amazing how in life, because we all experience it differently, we all have very different experiences, different circumstances, different everything. And yeah, it's amazing how everything that is an opposite folds in on itself and becomes the same. As in, thus the paradox. as in peeling back the labels while getting an education. Do you get it? Peeling back those labels while getting an education, whereas education can either hinder or free you, depending on how you experience it, perceive it, how it ties into where you're at within life. Today I came to the realization that my pain that I have, much of it is emotional. However, over the years, the emotional pain has turned into chronic physical pain. And I know that since 2002, I have gradually let go of a lot of the regimented, routine type thinking with, where I was just, everything had to be just so, and if I wasn't worried, I was worried, I wasn't worried. And then I started to let all that go and started to actually open my eyes to what was around me. And I started to realize that I started to feel better physically. And then when, my husband maybe possibly would, kind of bring up, things that I was not choosing to focus my energies on because I was trying to tackle that beast to the ground and say, shut up, shut up. I don't want to look at stupid crap that doesn't really matter in the scheme of things, as in whether I have a load of dishes in the sink or not. I'd rather say it's a beautiful day and I'm going to drop everything right now and pack the kids up and we're just going to go to the beach and have a good day. And somehow that feeling of feeling that way, I was still struggling with that part of me that still wanted to give myself guilt trips and still felt I had to live up to these expectations that were all in my own head, you see. And over time, my health has really deteriorated, okay? Which makes a lot of sense, because what is disease but to be dis-ease? In other words, disease is from being not at ease. When I'm filled with anger and anxiety and all these things, it's a vicious cycle, and it's those emotions and that are eating me up, literally alive from within. I mean, physically and mentally. Okay? But then I realized if I were to stop beating myself up and to look at this day and say, when I want to put things back into perspective and say, is this how I want to spend my last day? What would I do if this is my last day? Well, it would be with my family. It would be focusing on things I'd want to be with them. I wouldn't be wanting to think about things. I sure in the hell wouldn't care about a load of dishes in the sink. You see? And then I realized that the more that I go out to play, the better I feel emotionally, because I'm experiencing joy in what really matters in this life. Not the illusions of things of how they should look, but actually really living life. Then I get energy. And when I get energy, I'm able to actually do things that I can't do, that I'm beating myself up for, that I can't do because I'm physically in chronic pain and emotionally screwed up in the head. And then I thought to myself, I don't need a death sentence to wake my ass up. That the whole point is to live. To live. To play. And in essence, you literally re-energize yourself. And then I realized that all the pain that I've been experiencing, I value it. I am learning so much from it. And I wouldn't change a thing. And another thing I realized, there are just some things that cannot really be put into words. I can attempt to explain what I'm experiencing, but some things just cannot be put into words. No. And I think I'll just end the video here. I hope I've made some sense. But I'm sure that I'm not done learning. Oh no. But I'm gaining clarity. And that feels good.